Was crypto muscle pumping iron and pumping crypto. Snowing out there in this space like who I am and what I do. That's what it's all about. Someone just asked me why do I do that in the beginning. You know why I do that? It's just fake lasers. That's all it is. It's just one of my gimmicks. You know what else is a gimmick? My typical videos are typically 15-minute, 2-second videos. Isn't that crazy? And typically, I do videos, 2 to 5 videos a day, 7 days a week, while pumping iron, while having a full time job, while having a life. And how do I do it? Shit, I don't even know. I don't even know. I just do it. It's for the love of crypto. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's just what it is. And it's ingrained in me. And do I know everything? No, I don't know everything that there is about it and all that. And there's some areas I won't even mess around with in crypto. That's just the thing I won't even do. Like, there's areas I won't even touch. I'm like, no, I won't do it. You know, so just it's just why I just like doing this. And once you start finding certain things about platforms and things like that, or certain areas of crypto, let me just say, like for me as platforms, then you know that's just what I enjoy doing. So with that, that's just a little background or insight of what it is that I do. Like the fake lasers and the 15-minute, 2-second videos, and sometimes I go longer now with some of my videos, like Death Watch. I tend to go longer on Death Watch videos, so that's why I always run it as however, hey, whatever it takes to cover what I need to cover, right? If it goes podcast wise worthy, if I go 1 hour, right, it's podcast worthy, then I'll put it on my podcast channel. And by the way, I have 2 channels and and 2 podcast channels as well. Actually, um, the other one's a little obscure because it's BitChute. That's a more obscure. Man, I miss CocoScope though. That was a nice alternative to YouTube. Is CocoScope? Man, I miss that one. That was a really good one. And they went away because of money issues and stuff. Um, but that was probably the best alternative to YouTube at the time when CocoScope was around. And it hasn't been anything like it since. Like that I could say, oh yeah, it's great. I think Rumble is kind of trying to get its footing. BitChute is it's just all right. Rumble is trying to find its way there. If it gets its way there to CocoScope levels, then I'll be on that one for good too. Let's see, what else is there a little bit about what I do. I like to balance out the platforms that I do, so I'll do low risk, medium, mid levels. I do high risk platforms, and I look at it as it's like stocks, right? Stocks, you don't just play with just little stocks or medium stocks. You mess around with high risk ones as well. All different risk in stocks, because in the end, as time goes on, it balances itself out. So you'll still making it at the end of the day, as long as you don't go all in on something, or you don't go all high risk or something, right? But if you do a little bit of everything, then it's not such a bad thing. To me, it's like moderation, right? If you have a little bit of everything in life, right, in moderation, you're good, right? If you have too much of one thing, what happens? It's bad, right? If like for example, you eat too much food, what happens? You get fat, right? So if you don't eat too much food, you don't get fat. You eat too little, what happens? You starve, right? Drinking, what happens? You drink a little bit, it's good. You drink none, it's still good, right? You drink too much, it's bad. So you get what I'm saying? Like a little bit of everything is not such a bad thing, So that's how I look at everything as well. All right, so enough of all that. It's a little insight of what I do and who I am and why I do what I do. Sometimes I throw in a Jamaican air raid, that type of stuff, or a little crypto muscle echo, crypto muscle, muscle, that kind of stuff. All right. So I'll get to the point now. All right, I'm just, people are asking questions, so and I want to answer questions. All right, and that's what I'm doing. So let's talk about Death Watch, critically acclaimed Death Watch series. All right, people love this. People keep asking. They can't get enough of the Death Watch series. And I don't know. It's just an extension of what I always do, anyways. I don't know why. People love it. But it's always what I've been doing all along with all these other platforms. But I guess this is more hyper focused on the failing ones, right? Because that's one thing we don't get enough of is, one, information, and two, when something is about to happen, you don't get that, right? Like, a lot of times you don't get the real insight, right? You get all these fools out there that sit there and say, oh, you gotta stay positive, stay positive, and oh, I got faith in it, I pray for it. Get out of here, that stupid shit, right? Or what else is there that they try to do in this space? They take the people's word for it, right? Oh, such and such says it's gonna be back, so yeah, I believe. Get out of here, man, right? And so you get rubes like the Marcos all the time that do that shit, and they do bitch ass moves like take their videos down when it's bad and have zero content when it's bad, right? Like, look at Jan. Where's his content? Zero content. Where's his bitch Marcos at? Zero content, right? Even his bitch has come out with something, but. And I'm talking about that dumbass bitch Dora too. She's a dummy. She's a little. She's quite a yapper, right? I mean, imagine listening to her 24/7 in your ear, or you wake up next to her, and it's Maso, Marcos. Oh my gosh! And it's like, oh my gosh, man. I'd be like, I wouldn't be able to stand it. Plus, there's so many other banging chicks out there that's so much better than Dora. I mean, Dora, she's, for a Hungarian, there's so much better you can find out there. I'm just saying. All right, I won't go that far. All right, I'll stop. All right. So, but anyhow, because that's what you see, all this fucking bullshit out there all the time, and it bugs me, Like, why can't you guys just speak it for what it is and stop faking this bullshit, holier than thou, and I take Fridays and Saturdays off due to religion, and all of a sudden, I used to do videos every day, but now I'm so busy now. When platforms are doing bad, you're so busy that you can't put out videos now. Yeah, full of bullshit, right? My tummy aches, so I can't do it. But yeah, I'm going out on all these different appearances, showing up at different events and all that with my tummy ache. But you can't do a fucking video. Get out of here. Shit like that. And I seen that shit all the time. That's the reason why I started my YouTube at first, was because I was tired of the bullshit, two-faced crap. And it all started with that. It's been years now, but Bits Away was the reason why I started my channel, because his bullshit, fake ass, crap that he came out with, it really showed me something, and I was like, you know what, I'm tired of this crap. And so that's what happened there, and I started my own shit, and here I am since, right? Because I originally was going to start my channel just all about, supplements and my take on supplements and the effectiveness of it and all that stuff, right? I love doing pre-workout supplements, and I have a high stem tolerance too. Like, I need, like, a lot of times you only need one scoop for the normal person. With me, I need like 2, sometimes 3. So things like that. But that's what I was originally going to do until the Bits Away crap. And I was in crypto at the time too, and the concept of starting a YouTube channel, I was like, I didn't have that push yet until Bits Away really drove me over the edge. Him and I always say him and this other YouTuber named Duan. He called himself DT Crypto, Duan Trades, Duan bitch ass, so, whatever you want to call him. He's crap too. And all these guys of the crypto past, you come to find out, were all just crap, And so here I am, right? And today it carries on. You still see crap in this space, like Marcos of the world and all that. and buying his subs and all that. How can you be sitting at barely increasing subs, right? You were sitting at, 1,500, started to climb into 2,000, right? In February, March, and all of a sudden, it starts to just pile on thousands in a mere set of days, right? And it's like, come on now. For someone that was barely putting out videos at that time, and all of a sudden it climbs and climbs and climbs to now at 26,000 subs, get out of here with that shit. It's so foolish. So you can see the bullshit you see in this space, right? You can see the fakeness of this crap. So speaking of fakeness, here is Vortic United. Alright, still no updates yet. I think they're going to get past this whole qualification thing. They're just trying to push hard on this whole, hey, this mega event qualification. Keep pushing it out there, guys. You got the new plans. Try to pump yourselves up to try to, go to this 1-year anniversary event that's a month delayed. But, it's going to be delayed indefinitely. Watch. 2 days left, right? This was posted yesterday, so afternoon. So there's probably going to be another one today, later on this afternoon. It's going to say 1 day left, right? So I'm sure we're going to hear something either tomorrow or even October 1st on Sunday before we finally hear something. Or shit, we might hear something today. But as of the time of this video, we haven't heard nothing yet. This was their latest post, was this yesterday. It's funny how you went from multiple content, right? Even inside guys like the Mike and Mikes and the Marcos of the world and stuff like that were doing weekly, even frequent weekly videos, right? Twice a week videos and things like that, to nothing, right? And so even Queen D started reaching out to me, and she's saying to me, hey, we all know how these things play out, and she was trying to justify herself. She said she wasn't in Novatech and all this stuff to me. It's kind of funny. She's been trying to reach out to me. I haven't really responded till now. I've responded to her now. Because I've been so busy. I'm not making excuses now. I've just been busy. And she was trying to clear herself, right? Because I make fun of her too, for praying that for Vortic to come back, because it all started with Novatech, right? Because she did a little tribute. Because Cynthia was having a birthday, right? Earlier this year. And so they were doing a tribute to Cynthia, right? Of Novatech. And it's like, you want to do a tribute to Cynthia and celebrate her birthday when Novatech hasn't done shit, it hasn't paid nothing, and you want to sit there and worry about her birthday? And so you had all these birthday shout outs, and what stuck out to me was Queen D. She stuck out because she did a birthday shout out, and it's like, and she said, oh, I pray for Novatech to whatever and stuff like that. She said she wasn't involved in Novatech. I guess she must be just friends with Cynthia. But still, it was just, that really irked me when I saw that. And I was like, there is no cause for celebration. I don't care if it's Jensen's birthday tomorrow. If Jensen's birthday is tomorrow, we're not going to sit here and do a tribute and celebration of his birthday if Vortic's not paying. Ooh, look at this. What's this? Look at this. It just popped up just right now. Look at this. Vortic United Facebook page is gone. The end is here. What? I think this is some sort of weird clickbait they're going to be doing right here. Unless this is for real. It's kind of weird. Oh, look at that. And then it just popped away. See, I didn't even touch anything. Wow, that's so strange. You saw that, guys, right? You saw that. That was crazy. Wow. You know what? Let me look that up. I'm going to look up the Facebook page now. And now you got me curious. Let's see here. I'm going to look for that right now. Let's see if it's actually gone. All right, so no, it's still here. Yeah, that was just weird. Huh? All right, yeah, still here. This is the Vortic United one. Um, let's see if Renee moved. See, this is what I'm talking about. Debit card November 1st. You know they're gonna push this back to November 1st because they're gonna try to find a reason not. Well, they're not gonna pay. All right, this is what's happening here. October 1st. All right, coming soon. October 1st. This credit card, SEPA, SWIFT, fiat deposits. All right, this is what's happening here. All right, this is what they're gonna do. They're gonna continue this charade because fiat deposits are gonna be open. All right, and then from there, we're gonna see, what happens from there. But obviously, so he hasn't done nothing in 2 weeks now. So there's not even an announcement of anything since he did it Friday 2 weeks ago. There's nothing. There's no announcement about anything today either. He was quiet last week, so there was nothing imminent or new to update. And then this whole past week, it's all this whole mega event thing and secure your seats now and stuff. They're just trying to find any way to push money out as much as possible. In regards to, that I'm going to see here. Let me see if I can find. I'm going to really look for Jensen here. Give me 1 sec. Let's see. Well, the Jensen page is still up, and the Vortic page is still up. So yeah, whatever that was just weird. All right, but still up. That's just verified. Let's take a look at this here. See if that one's still up or video is taken down. Let's see here. Because I haven't really looked at this before, so I don't know how many videos were actually up during its peak. So I couldn't tell you, how many videos were actually here before and after. To me, it's just because of how many videos are there now. I feel like there's been a bunch that's been taken down, and just mainly focused on just certain ones here, like the most recent couple here, right? And then this is here the earlier in the year when they had the grand office opening type stuff and how to get started on. That's it. So it looks like I could be wrong, but I can't speak for the channel, so I didn't subscribe to the channel, so I don't know if videos were taken down. I want to say it has been taken down, some videos, and only certain ones stayed up. But that's just me. But yeah, so going back to what I've been saying here, as of right now, let's see. So no new announcement yet. It's probably going to say like one more day left, later on today, right? They're going to push this thing off to the weekend, and then whatever happens Saturday or Sunday. Sunday is October 1st, obviously, so I'm going to say something maybe imminent tomorrow just to get it off something before October 1st. But they're not going to pay October 1st. Queen D, they're not paying October 1st. All right. And a partridge in a pear tree, because I just showed you guys. All right. Fiat deposits opening. They're going to push this thing back another month. They're going to find some other excuse. Oh, this whole processing change is taking longer than we expected. Tests have concluded that we still got some bugs that we need to work out, so we're still working on it right now. Just give us more time on it. Meanwhile, fiat deposits have opened up now, and come on, right? I mean, you can't write this playbook out any other way. This is the direction they're going to go. And then when November 1st comes around with the debit card, that's a whole nother mess. But yeah, so that's what's happening here. This is the only update right now. Just this. You saw that weird thing pop up saying Facebook page gone. I don't know what that was about. That was just weird. And so we're just gonna, this is on death watch. All right, let's take a look over here. All right, so I went ahead and I looked inside the arbitrage at Freak, right? And I've been looking at feedback if people are actually getting paid since they were saying, oh, withdrawals are now open, right? So I looked at mine and they reset the earnings, obviously, right? Because they had to restart the bot earnings and all the other stuff during this whole hiatus. And so I have $1,000 in here, and I've already made, beyond $1,000 in return. But with the $1,000 deposit that's in here, all right, it's now like at $8 for earnings, right? Because I think they're earning what 0.3% a day or something like that right now on their new bots. They have what 5 bots or something like that going, and with that, earlier in the week they said, oh, withdrawals are open, right? But the latest in that is, let me see here, is that for those of you trying to withdraw, sorry for the delay, we're working on it, right? So obviously it's just all blah 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 talk, all right? That I don't even think people got any withdrawals. I just think maybe a couple, maybe at best, if any did come out at all. But I don't think any withdrawals have come out. The workload is much. Be patient with me, as it would be too risky to trust any admin with all this stuff, because he learned his lesson with his right hand man before, Abiomi, and so this is slower than expected. Sorry for the delay. We're working on the withdrawals. I don't think so. I just don't think they're gonna ever fix the withdrawals. All right. So death watch still imminent here. It's falling its way to death. All right. And of course he's gonna talk and talk and talk. And I think his latest thing beyond that is that they're gonna be working on deposits next. For those people that's having trouble with deposits. It's kind of funny, huh? They were finishing up the last of failed deposits that's made, and we're working on that right now. All right, so why would anybody want to deposit until it's proving? It should prove to work first before you even think about depositing. But you still have people trying to make a deposit like a bunch of idiots, and so I don't know. You got to prove it to work before you start putting them deposits back in, you dummies. So that's what's happening there. I want to give you guys an update about this whole withdrawal stuff. I don't think any withdrawals have come out, because I haven't seen one person say, "Oh, I got my withdrawals." I didn't even see that. I didn't even see a fake. I didn't even see fake claims, about, "Oh, look, my withdrawals have come." I didn't even see that. So they're not even paying nothing. So I don't know what they're talking about, this whole thing with, "Oh, we're working on it here. Sorry for the delay, guys." So yeah, it's garbage, man. This is stupid. All right, it's a matter of time. They should just, pull the plug now. All right, just let it be. If his right hand man took the money and his sister or whatever, and they took it, okay, then that's it, right? Yeah, but it's just stupid how they're just really just dragging this shit on. The stories are funny though, Oh, I mean, it sounded like a story you could see on TV, right? Like, I was sick in the hospital. I entrusted my guy with the codes and everything, just in case something happens to me. And then he takes all the money, all of it, almost all of it, every cent of it, almost, like 99.9% of it. All right, in the tune of $87 million or something, right? And then he runs away, and then I ended up healing myself from my sickness in the hospital. I came back and I noticed it was gone, and then I went out there, and then I went looking for him, and he wasn't around, and I was like, oh shit. So I had to send a search party to find this guy. I found him, and it ends up taking my money. I got him arrested, and then not only that, he had accomplices, right? His sister was taken from him too, what he took, and come to find out, oh, he ordered a truckload of shit with the money on AAS here, It was on their dime. And so while in custody, he's trying to bribe the cops. Hey man, yeah, I'll spot you, some crypto or some cash, if you let me go, So come to find out, they were being bribed for whatever it is, but they got arrested. And then I mean, this is like you can see on TV or something, like a cop show or something. But yeah, so whatever. It's stupid. All right, this whole thing is just done. You got to prove to me you're gonna pay before you should deposit at all. So you guys are a bunch of idiots if you still put money into this thing. All right, so that's Freaks oddness. Um, One thing I wanted to point out about Invisible AI is that one thing I've been failing to mention is recently it was said that the admins of Invisible AI have been let go. All right. So if they've been let go, then it must mean something. All right. If they've been let go, just saying. All right. So that's one thing I've been forgetting to mention in my Invisible AI updates. I think even Lee has. Let me see if Lee has posted anything new since his last video call he did about letting everybody know what was going on and stuff. But yeah, I don't think he's had anything since then. So it's been like a couple weeks. Let me see here. Oh, I could be. No, I stand corrected. He did a video drop. It could just be a repeat though, because let's see here. Over 2 million lost in the market downturn with our trading bot. Reason behind the withdrawal delays and refunds. All right, so that was the thing too. I haven't heard anybody even got a refund, even when it was first conceptualized from the get go here. I haven't heard anything about that. Like as in anybody getting paid. Everybody's saying they're still waiting for it. Right. So this was the video back on September 18th. Over 2.5 million losses with trading and why they needed a 40-day interruption. I don't know why 40 days. Yeah, so 40 days interruption, and then that parlay to here's this one. Over $2 million lost in the market downturn with our trading bot. Reason behind the withdrawal, delays, and refunds. Now, so you just did an update on that. But yeah, so it was said that the admins were let go as well. That was another thing. Well, not in this video, but it's been said in the chats and stuff before that yeah, the admins have been let go. So that's with that one. Verse Network, alright. So Verse Network, the CEO dude Bryce posted a video earlier this morning, and kind of he's explaining. This is in English. This is in French, right? That about what was going on. He said he got a lot of questions about what was going on, and he wanted to kind of just answer the questions in a video rather than individual people and stuff like that. Just if you want to know what's going on, here, boom, all right. So with that, Verse Network, I talked about this yesterday on Death Watch when it was first announced about their trading losses, all right, because that was what was said. I mean, if you read what happened, they had a significant loss, so they couldn't distribute their rewards bonus. Rewards is their profit, basically. It's just terminology because of, SEC stuff, you gotta, say things in a different way. You can't just say profit, right? You gotta say rewards. You gotta say dividends, stuff like that, right? You gotta work around stuff. So, Bryce talked about it in a short video. It's like a 5-minute video, so it doesn't, kill your time or nothing, but he talks about what happened. He said, this is what happened. When they shifted Verse from this sort of passive platform to copy trading, and you got to buy their, what is it, $100 membership minimum, right, to buy into it. What is it, like $100, I think, minimum? That really dropped their members levels, right? Because it's one thing to go into a passive platform that have portfolios or plans or packages, whatever you go in, just like how Verse originally was. And then when they shifted over to this copy trading stuff, and that this is the way in, is to go boom, you got to go through this avenue, you got to pay this amount, and then copy trade, right? But some people just don't want to do that copy trade stuff, so their membership levels really dropped off. All right, that was what was explained in the video, that not a lot of people have been signing up now, or even shifting over to copy trading, right? Because it's two different areas of platforms, right? You have passive platforms that, they do all that stuff for you. Then you have platforms that do copy trading, which, you're in more control of it because you connect your API keys to the bots and blah, 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 right? Some people don't have time to do it or don't want to do it, whatever, right? So it's two different things, apples and oranges almost. It's more like red apples and green apples, So that's what it's more like. Not completely, different. But it said the numbers have dropped. So what happens? Well, they had to have the existing money that they have. They decided to take a riskier approach to trading, according to him. I'm just going by what he said. They took a riskier trade because they were trying to make bigger profit with what they have, and then it turned the other way, and then they wrecked, right? Pretty much. He didn't say it, but that's just my synopsis of what he said is that, yeah, they wrecked because they took a risky trade and it went the other way. So here's two things. Two things I want to say on that. First, how can you get anybody to trust you to trade again? Because you guys fucked up. I mean, that's just what it is, right? And the second thing is, you think people are going to really be like forgiving? I don't know. They're saying, so he's saying now, just hang in there. We're going to try to, make our money back, and don't worry, guys. We're gonna be able to, blah 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 blah, all this crap, right? So that's what happened with all that stuff. My whole thing is this shit's done. All right, you lose people when shit like this happens, and it's really hard to bounce back. And when you're making, this is all the little earnings they've been doing off this copy trading stuff today. When you're earning minuscule results as it is, I forgot to mention this yesterday. When you're earning minuscule results as it is, I mean, you're talking about what, 6 to 12% in a month if you're lucky, and they average about 6% a month is what is said. Then, and you still lose on trading and wrecked. I mean, what kind of? It's like they must have pocketed a lot of money then if you're only given 6% in a month off of our multi-million dollars. All right, and so with all that, it's just stupid. This shit is done. All right, yeah. So who knows how long it takes for them to come back? I don't think they're going to be able to come back from it. It's just it's too long of a wait that's going to happen. People are just going to move on. This is just a way for them to kind of ease their way to exit, and that's it. They're just going to ease their way out of it rather than completely exit. So yeah, I just think Verse is done. All right, they could have had it. They had everything go their way. They could have built this thing up to be something massive, and they really dropped the ball because the space is wide open for them to take, and they just didn't do it. So they dropped the ball. They failed in what they were, I guess, trying to do, and that's on them. It's just too bad though, because right now there's really nothing. And Visible AI dropped the ball too, because they could have just taken this space by storm, but they let outside people get in their ears and screw things over. Visible AI was growing nicely and organically. They were going nicely until they had outside factors of the Jan and Marcos and bullshit like that get in their ears and try to do all these extra plans and all this other crap, and Invisible AI dropped the ball too. And I even told Lee, I said, hey, watch out, dude. Like, I could even show you, conversations I had with Lee about that stuff. I mean, like, I don't have any reason to make this shit up. You know what I mean? Like here, let me show you just a bit, tease and bit. Look at this. Things you gotta be careful. They got Jan in their radar with the SEC and stuff. Is what I was mentioning. Cease and desist. Hit CloudFi, and his last response to me was, "Damn." All I was telling him is be careful. And so I don't got to make this shit up. This shit's real. All right. So Verse, I think they're trash. All right. They're not gonna. I mean, how long is it gonna take to make their money back, and then to only give you, whatever they were doing, 6 to 12% a month? Yeah, it's done. All right. So that's that. And then on another note, I don't know if I still have that page up. It might be here somewhere. Anonymous trading, right? A viewer commented about what I did yesterday about anonymous trading, because I told you guys about what happened, and so he wanted to further clarify what happened in anonymous trading. So I thought it was good information to share, because I talked about anonymous trading yesterday, and they talked about why, what happened. Kind of a similar situation with Verge. They wrecked and all that from trading. Sorry about that, guys. We're gonna do what it takes to earn it back and stuff. So that was only part of the picture here. So Adonis Jackson here says Anonymous was not supposed to be trading. The statement that they made is BS. They were based on providing liquidity to brokers. That's what the complete understanding of it was. That it wasn't about trading. Never ever, right? Then they switched their payments to Anonicoin, ANOC, which is a made-up coin from them, right? So they, it's just like platforms, right? They make their own coin and stuff sometimes that doesn't even get utilized. It's supposed to be kind of like an internal coin that you're supposed to be able to exchange because they represent a stable dollar in the platform, right? And then you're supposed to be able to exchange to real crypto. Then you can sell it and stuff, whatever, or withdraw it. So it's kind of like that. So they said they made up a coin, all right? So people were pissed because they wanted it to be a stable coin like how it started, right? So the idea with this ANOC stuff is basically like you exchange it for a stable coin, right? ANOC was not yet accepted on any exchange, and October 1st was supposed to be the first day. So they anonymous trading milked this thing out until they got close to October 1st, and then they decided that they're going to pull the plug, right? So just in time for October 1st, this is what happened. That's the full story. So Adonis, thanks for sharing that information. It was very interesting. So I thought I wanted to include that in this video update as well on all the stuff that's going on out there. So yeah, very, very fascinating stuff. Very, very interesting. It's just funny how things are in this space, how things work, how people are, and you don't get that. That's the thing. You don't get that out there, and that's why the Death Watch series is critically acclaimed. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so and plus you get real insight on it, right? Like I'm not gonna sit here and say, for Vortic or Verse or whatever, right? Hey guys, positive thoughts, guys. Okay, hey, positive thoughts, and prayers, and hopefully you guys can come through and pay and all this other stuff. Shit, this is real, all right? If Vortic pays again, you guys know what I'm stacked up to have, all right? I'm stacked up, and if it all goes to plan, upwards, I am not making this shit up. I've been showing you guys this in my weekly updates on Vortic anyways. If I hit Ruby status, which is right there, plus my weekly withdrawals have been stacking up, you know how much money I'll be parlaying altogether? About roughly $240,000 to $250,000. But I'm realistic here. I'm not expecting that to come. But oh man, if that did, I'll be like, damn, Vortic United, you did come through. I'll do an apology video. I mean, I'll even do a dedication to Jensen and say, oh man, you are the man. Oh my gosh, man, and you are. I'll call him the god of crypto and stuff. I'll get down on my knees, all the bullshit that you want to embarrass myself, but it's not gonna happen. I know you guys want me to, but it's not gonna happen though. All right, so that's what's going on here, and let me see here if there's anything else that's popping up here that's gonna be like, oh shit, breaking news, right? But I don't think there's anything as of right now at the moment that I can see. Because if it did, I would just tell you, right? So, yeah, it doesn't appear to be anything right now. Yeah, so nothing. Alright, so yeah, we'll just leave it at that. Alright, good stuff. So, just want to say that's the latest in the Death Watch series. Alright, so everybody's waiting on what's going to happen with Vortic. All right, there just some announcement. This is what's coming. All right, again, I'm going to rehash this real quick. Delay in withdrawals. Fiat deposits are open. This event is going to be canceled. Right? They're going to cancel this event that you worked so hard for. Right? Mega events coming up. One more day left, right? But they're going to cancel this event because how stupid you're going to be to hold an event for a platform that's not paying. It's just stupid. Waste of time. Plus, you're going to get mobbed, all right? The mob's going to come after you. You're going to get mobbed badly, all right? So you're just asking for it. I hope Marcos shows up to that by himself, and maybe he'll get mobbed and get his ass beat. How about that? But yeah, so that's what's happening there. A Queen D prayer is not going to save this. All right, Vortic is going to just continue to charade. Verse is done. AAS, is not going to pay. They're just going to keep playing games. They're not going to pay. And then Anonymous Trade, I want to just give you a little bit more information on, the extent of things that happen with anonymous trading. I wasn't in Anonymous. I couldn't tell you how that one worked or how long it was. I just wasn't in it, AS, it was fine. It was just a platform that had its run, and now they're just doing this weird story drama they're doing right now. It's kind of weird. Verse just happened. Literally just yesterday. So that was just out of the blue to me. But I just think that they're not getting what they were looking for. That's what happened with Verse. To me, they dropped the ball. They just weren't getting what they were hoping to get. They could have been the big thing. They had everything, but they suck. So simple as that. And then of course Vortic, we're waiting for that announcement. I don't know. On a minor note, I guess. Let's see here. This whole wee global bullshit. All right, so ImpulseX had their little run. The bullshit token platform. I've told you guys tons of stories about what happened with ImpulseX. It was garbage. The Bloods were all over that one, and I don't know why, but maybe because it was a token platform, whatever. So they were paying in crypto, right? So you had the likes of Whale Miner, Crypto Music, all these other fools in it, right? And all of a sudden, they had some money issues, whatever. So they decided to pay their internal coin, IPX, all right? So everybody was, building up IPX balances, and with IPX balances, well, shit, it's not available on any exchanges. We heard this story before, so they can't cash that out. All right, and then come to find out, Mark, the guy that's running IPX, has some trouble, right, with the platform. Sorry guys, what we're going to do is we're going to try to work on saving this thing. And somehow, some way came and met up with Wee Global. Wee Global has been kind of existing out there already. I don't know much about them except that Mark of IPX or Impulse X tried to come over to work out a deal with Wee Global, which they did, where they were supposed to migrate all the Impulse X people over to Wee Global to be absorbed into it, and that was a year ago. And it was never, and it hasn't been done. It still hasn't been done. Everybody keeps asking, "What's going on? What's going on?" It hasn't been done. All right, and so Wee Global ran into some issues. Now it was announced like last month in August. All right, that they ran into some issues. So now they're shifted things over to the blockchain era, right? So that's TBE or whatever they call it. So blockchain era is the new one that Wee Global is going to go into. They're supposed to bring IPX people over into that as well. And this whole migration bullshit is happening right now. And I hear two things, right? One is it ever going to get done? And the second thing is some people are even asking about, hey, how do we get into blockchain? It's like, you kidding me? You kidding me? Yeah, so that's what's happening on that. Yeah, it's just garbage mess, right? And Mark is the same Mark from, let me see here. Not this guy. Where is it at? No, it's not on this page. Mark. Okay, I don't see it. He also ran Elevate Pass, and he screwed over Elevate Pass. I think he took the money from him. That's what I think. They said he wrecked trading, whatever. Went, I mean, where have we heard this before, right? He wrecked because he took a high risk move and wrecked, right? I think he took the money. Well, that's just me. But Elevate Pass said, we're gonna, let him go because he's ruining our business and we have to go offline. So, we thought Elevate Pass is done, right? And then now, recently, Elevate Pass has now come back. All right, they started doing weekly Zoom calls once again, saying that they're going to, let me see here. This is it. They've been doing webinars again as of recently, this past month, about trying to just recover and get things back going again. I thought they were just completely gone. Let me see, because when was the last time they even did anything? So they've been doing it since August. Or is it earlier? Let's see. Yeah, so yeah, it has been at least a year. Of just not doing anything. Yeah, they were gone for at least a year. Let's see if they had that news of when they let him go. Was it November? No. Shit, that was a long time ago. They let him go. Oh, here it is. This is it. Yeah, so it was a year ago. They did this call on when they let Mark go. Well, he resigned, but whatever. It's just he wrecked them. I think he took the money, and then they tried to continue webinars, but nobody cared. Right, so they stopped completely. I thought they were done, like completely. Like, what's the point of moving on, right? Just move on. But they kind of just kept things relevant, I guess. They had a partnership in abundance staking. I've heard of them, but I never really messed with abundance staking. And then they started cranking up the webinars again in August. And then starting this past month here of September, they started this whole recovery plan now. This right here, let's see. We are thrilled to announce the launch of our new monthly 3% recovery cashback. 3% monthly? Holy shit. I guess you can make that claim It's better than a bank. Starting on the 10th of each month, we will be releasing recovery cash back. Let's see. So what? You got to put money in to get money back, or what? Like, I don't know. But yeah, so that's what happened here. So there's a little bit of a little offshoot thing here. I don't know if they really had like a big following. Elevate Pass or IPX is a leftover of the token platform days of the Bloods. All those idiot YouTubers they're all gone. I mean, pretty much those type of YouTubers are gone. I don't know who's left. I think Matty Crypto's barely has a pulse because he's in that pulse chain crap, but barely at best. Like, he's not even doing any videos. He was doing Pulse Chain podcast, right, for the longest time, and it's funny because he started out weekly and then he kind of weaned off to like once every few months, and it's like, well, how can you keep Pulse Chain relevant, right? Because Pulse Chain was like delayed from the end of their sacrifice to the time of launch. Shit, that's at least 2 years, right? And it was just funny because it's like, how can you keep Pulse Chain relevant and exciting, right? Because it's been 2 years now, so obviously he weaned off from weekly, and I call that shit out from the get-go. Like, he was talking about how he's gonna try to start doing weekly podcasts and stuff on it, and I was like, yeah, you're not gonna do that shit. Knowing you, you're not gonna do that shit because Matty Crypto's full of shit too. He's garbage, always been. And he thinks he knows it all and stuff, but he's just garbage. He tries to have this, to me, like this kind of knack of a personality. Hey, he's a happy-go-lucky kind of guy, but he just sucks. He's garbage. And so that's why he barely has a pulse right now, if anything left on YouTube. But he's one of the last of those Bloods, right? Because I don't see any of those guys anymore. Like, is any of those guys around, like the Clovers? And I mean, every one of those guys are gone, So I just thought I wanted to share that part. Shit, it's just funny how things happen in this space. But like I said, as we go along and new information pops up, you guys know it. I'll put it in the next episode of Death Watch, or I'll give you a breaking news update. If something is so damn pressing that I gotta cut in to do a breaking news update video, I will do that. And I've done that before, where, if I've already done my day of 4 to 5 videos and some breaking news happens, it's like news that needs to be put right now, I do it. I've always done that. So, if anything breaking comes out, for sure with Vortic, you guys know it. I'm on it, all right? Because, I mean, like I said, the way it's playing out, and it's so classic platform, the whole thing with dragging it out, and the excuse of why they're not. I mean, how can you be paying nicely on a manual withdrawal system for months, having a minor issue because you're trying to shift it over to automatic withdrawals? Okay, give you a little pass on that one, because they had a little bit of issue. They're gonna fix that and go fully automated. Okay, we'll give you a little pass on that. Give us a week. All right, cool. And then a week comes to say, oh, this is more complicated than we thought. We need more time. Give us till October 1st, and for sure we'll get it done. All right. Oh, so for sure you're gonna get it done October 1st? And so that was at least 5 weeks when they made that announcement. So about 5 to 6 weeks. All right, I think it's more like 5 weeks, but somewhere around there, right? And to say that, but well, what's wrong with going back to turning back on the manual system in the first place? Because that worked while you get this automated one worked on, right? Common sense. But common sense ain't so common, right? I mean, we say it all the time in my profession, And I mean, that's just what it is in life. Like common sense ain't so common, which is true, right? So why can't they turn on the manual withdrawals? I mean, so you're telling me you can't have both on at the same time? You can't have a manual withdrawal system on while you're working on an automated one, right? Like, you can't do that? I'm just asking, because to me, I don't see how it won't work. So it doesn't make sense, right? They could have just been paying this whole time. But obviously, we know the writing's on the wall. But you guys are a bunch of idiots, all right? You guys are dummies. You guys are a bunch of lemmings. You guys want to, I guess you guys just want to hear it from Jensen when I've already been telling you for weeks on end. But you dummies are going to continue to deposit because the plans are wide open. You guys are going to, believe in him that the withdrawals are going to come through like that Vicky bitch. All right, in the chat. There's a chick named Vicky. Stupid, all right? Stupid. She don't know what the hell she's talking about. She's just stupid. So, yeah, bitch, you're stupid. And, always talking about positive stuff. And just like Marco, so shut up too. And all I gotta say is, Cliff also, yeah. When this thing comes, I'm gonna completely laugh at you guys again. I cannot wait. When everything I just said, I'll just be like, oh, man, that's so easy to call this shit out. So that's what's happened here. I think that should be everything. All right. So as we go into the weekend, all right, things are just dripping away. Things are just dripping away. Look at that. Oh man. So by the time I do my drip video on Sunday, we know it's going to be under 2 cents. So just saying. This is just a little preview, all right? Right now, a little bit of a preview. Yeah. So I think that's all the platforms, right? That are kind of at odds right now. That are notable. Yeah. So that I can see. Yeah, so I just want to say thanks for tuning in, and I guess since this is podcast worthy, this is going to be on my next podcast as well. So I'm gonna do a podcast replay of my Cash FX video since that was an hour-long podcast, and I forgot to post that one up, and I have this one that's going to be posted up now as another podcast as well too. So you're going to have a double shot podcast posted on my podcast channel. All right, so check that out. Shit, you might be listening to this on my podcast channel as it is. But yeah, so just want to say thanks for tuning in. I would do the intro and outro music stuff, but then it's YouTube, and they're real like up that, they're tightwads about that stuff. I just wish I could. That's what I was doing on CocoScope. It was intro music and just stuff. It was nice, just having that alternative. And there was enough of a following from YouTube and then just other places that it was self-reliant, that you don't have to really piggyback off of YouTube. It was like its own mini identity and institution of its own, or entity of its own, that it ran fine. But like I said, they had money issues during the COVID era. That's what happened though. So it's too bad. It was unfortunate. I wish they could revive it or something, because still that's to me still the next best one at the time, and still is. We'll see what happens with Rumble. Who knows, right? I might try that out. Because I don't know. I don't know if BitChute's cutting the cheese or not, cutting the fat for me. So we'll see though. Other than that, that's the latest in everything we got going on. Death Watch, podcast, all that good stuff. Subscribe to everything I got. Telegram, my link tree. Alright, check out my link tree, by the way. I do mashups and all that stuff. My newest mashup I did was a week or two ago with Tupac. Check that out. And I have all these other mashups I've done. So pretty cool. It's fun to have fun. But yeah, I just want to say thanks. Subscribe to everything I got. Comment down below. And other than that, Join me up in Telegram. Hit me up, and I'll see you next one.